We are here to talk about how hand washing is good for your health, and it's good for the body, and it's good to keep germs away from your body. So, take your hand and touch anything and everything, and germs are everywhere at times. From a doorknob, from touching a table, pulling a chair up from a table, stairwell railing. Um, Germs are everywhere. Especially me. I work in a public school. Basically every doorknob, every handrail, every garbage can, this is everywhere, and it's very important to find time throughout the day to wash your hands and wash your hands for 20 seconds to get the dirt off your hands. It's very important to keep that in mind there. I can't tell you. I'm a big cleanliness freak. I often wash my hands whenever I get a chance to. I think it's very important to do that. Like during the COVID era, we were just going through, we were all praised by people in government to find ways to wash hands because the virus could live on surfaces, stuff like that. You saw like things like, New York City disinfecting subway trains, um, you know, schools getting more in depth with its disinfecting, cleaning, the abundance of wipes everywhere. Wipes are good to disinfecting wipes are really good to wipe things down, but you gotta be careful with your skin, and you don't want to get that in your eyes, especially because that stuff can burn you. Um, prep, the disadvantages of proper hand washing and hand hygiene is important because if you don't wash your hands, you don't take care of yourself. That's leads could lead to illnesses. Sick, you become sick. You know, could cause time away from work or any other activities you have. Hand wash has always been the first line of defense. Prevention of infection. We've seen all sorts of viruses, bacteria, and fungus there. Like for example, if you work on, for me, I like working on lawnmowers. My hands are always getting greasy, they're getting dirty. I've always found a few minutes of time to go down and wash my hands to make sure they're clean. Although we can't see germs, they are there. Don't be fooled. Every time you blow your nose and you don't use a tissue, you wipe it on something. The germs could spread everywhere from like that. From the example, just speaking, coughing on people, or just sneezing on a surface without covering your face there, you can spray germs everywhere. I have a niece who's almost 2 years old. She's like a little germ factory. She coughs, sneezes everywhere, blows her nose with her hands, wipes her hand everywhere. So germs are always getting over her surfaces and stuff like that, and that's always been a big deal. Um, you got to make hand washing the best practice there. Probably about maybe 4 or 5 times a day. Just stop it. Just find a way to wash your hands. Always wash your hands before you eat a meal. Sometimes like wash my hands before I touch a cup of water or a bottle or something like that. Um, you know, especially if you live in a home with pets in it. Like my sister has 2 dogs, little dogs in her house, and they're just germ factories, and they just like they go to the bathroom everywhere in the house. It's their little young puppies there. They don't know how they're not potty trained yet, and it's just like you're always touching urine and feces. It's disgusting. Clean that up. Make sure you wash your hands after you stuff like that. Um, if you want to think about people with immunocompromised systems, that you're healthy, you're okay. But if you give you could always give them germs or disease that can make them weaker or get them sick. And it's hard for cancer patients, for example, to go through chemo to kind of recover from it. If you happen to get them sick or anything, because you're not you're spreading your own germs around by not washing your hands. Um, it helps prevent transmission when you properly clean yourself there. And also, I work with athletes a lot, and their equipment smells. If you go into their equipment, sometimes you smell their equipment bag or you smell a helmet or shoulder pads. There's something they've been sweating in. Kids don't have the common sense to take their stuff home, throw it in the wash, or just take, disinfecting wipes, go inside and out of it. Lysol, Clorox is the two popular brands. Disinfecting wipes there. There's always find time to, clean, like, it's always important to put clothes in the wash and going through laundry and all that stuff. And it's always like these are the other things that you just got to think about when it comes to cleaning and properly taking care of yourself. It's like I just like some of the athletes with their equipment. That's some of the most foul smells I've ever heard. Oh, it just creeps me out just smelling it and all that stuff. And just try your best to keep your gear clean if you're an athlete, stuff like that. Same thing with, I work at a school. These musicians there, they usually do a good job of keeping their instruments clean, stuff like that. Because if you play like wind instruments, of course, like you have your lips on a clarinet or something like that, or a saxophone. That's always leads to germs and stuff like that. Just to let you know, just proper hand washing. Take 30 seconds with soap and water. Make sure you get between your fingers, stuff like that. And keep up your daily bodily hygiene. Keep it, like we worry about brushing our teeth all the time, but people don't always take the 30 seconds to wash their hands. Make sure they get nice and clean there, especially if they're touching their face, their eyes, their nose, and the mouth all the time. You always got to wash your hands. All right. Thank you, everybody.